Assalamu alaikum class. In continuity to the previous discussion and lecture about the calcium metabolism and important mineral of calcium and its functions, I will further tell you about the role of the calcium in the body as a very important mineral. Since I have already told you that it is 99% sequestered in the skeleton of the human body in the form of bones and teeth, and in bone formation the role of the calcium is mainly regulated by osteoclast and osteoblasts, which are the both are present inside the bones. Each bone has some spongy portion of the bone and some other portions which will be discussed in detail about in the anatomy and physiology, and here in the biochemistry you people just will get to know that there is a constant activity of the osteoclast and the osteoblast going on at the same time in the bone matrix in all ages. In some ages the osteoclastic activity takes the precedence, and at some ages and at some instances osteoblastic activity is more. So osteoclastic activity is carried out by hematopoietic stem cells of the bone that carries out the process of the bone resorption, because these cells are the macrophage like cells, and these carry out decaying the old bones and extracting the minerals and calcium and the phosphate and hydroxyapatite crystals from the old bones, and the osteoblastic activity is carried out by the mesenchymal stem cells, which carry out laying new smooth bone by the osteoblastic cells, and these osteoblastic cells incorporate calcium and phosphate in bone formation. So these both processes of the bone decay and both bone formation go side by side at all the ages, and in these both processes calcium is extracted outside of the bone or calcium is sequestered towards inside of the bone by these both cells. So this was important role of the calcium in bone formation, in skeleton formation and bone resorption. And the other role of the calcium is depicted by this picture, in which the calcium calmodulin complex is absorbed from the small intestine, and this calcium calmodulin complex activates and phosphorylates certain kinases. Many kind of examples of kinases are present in the body. What these kinase enzymes act? These act on the actin filaments of the body, and after acting upon these actin filaments of the body and regulating the phosphorylated synapsin 1, what calcium calmodulin kinase complex do is the release of the preformed vesicles inside the synaptic vesicles, and these synaptic vesicles, when released by the exocytosis, they will release the neurotransmitter in the form of acetylcholine, which is previously stored and in the synaptic vesicles. After the release of this neurotransmitter, either the nerve impulses will be carried out, the action potential will be carried out, and the axonal terminals will be taking part in the conveying the messages. So this is an important role of the calcium played inside the body. Similarly, the calcium has important. This picture is also depicting in detail the role of the calcium in the presynaptic and the post-synaptic terminals. In the presynaptic nerve terminals, the already stored form of the acetylcholine is released by the calcium influx into the cell, and by the calcium influx into the cell there will be the activation of the second messenger systems and activation of the kinases and actin and myosin filaments that will help in exocytosis and the contraction of the muscles. After the exocytosis, the acetylcholine will be released and will be acting upon the motor end plates. And after the action on the motor end plates, either the action potential will travel through it and the second messenger system will be activated, and these acetylcholine then it will be metabolized and recycled into the acetate and choline. Choline will again be reutilized by the presynaptic nerve terminals for the further formation and storage of the neurotransmitters. Now this important function of the calcium denote the importance of the calcium inside of the body as a neuromuscular transmission. Similarly, excitability and contractility of the myocardium, heart muscle, is dependent upon the presence of the calcium and the calcium influx in the body. When there is a state of hypercalcemia, the cardiac contractility will be enhanced, contractility will be more, the heart will be in a state of increased heart rate that can gradually progress to a state of arrhythmia and ECG abnormalities and cardiac arrest at the same time when we increase the calcium from a certain threshold of 11 milligram per deciliter. The state will be called as hypercalcemia. इसी तरह से जब कैल्शियम की अमाउंट 9 मिलीग्राम पर डेसीलीटर से कम हो जाएगी, that will be lesser than the narrow range, so it can result in depressed myocardium and decreased heart rate. Similarly, the blood coagulation system is dependent upon the normal calcium in the serum and the plasma levels. Because the fourth coagulant factor is cofactor of the calcium, and without the normal levels of the calcium, the coagulation process will be not taking place normally, and there will be reduced coagulation capacity of the body. And similarly, calcium along with vitamin D is needed for the action of the hormone insulin as well as glucagon at the pancreatic cells of the body. And as far as the metabolism of the calcium is concerned, we will discuss in detail in accordance with this picture the three important hormones in the metabolism of the calcium. One is parathyroid hormone, the other is calcitonin hormone, and the third counterpart of these hormone for the regulation is the activated form of vitamin D3, that is 1,25 dihydroxycholecalciferol. The activation of vitamin D3, the parathyroid hormone and calcitonin are the important regulators of the calcium in the body in the form of the calcium regulation that will be discussed in detail next.